Hi, it's Tara Green, and it is August the 19th already. We're just getting over, we're still in the energy of the new moon at 26 degrees Leo, and this is the tarot card of the day from the beautiful Muse Tarot. So the card of the day is called the Eight of Materials, and materials in this deck is earth, discs, coins, pentacles. So the beautiful lady here is juggling all kinds of roses, and in this deck all the materials are roses, so everything is coming up roses. And so the eights are always a sense of completion and balance, and in this deck this card is related to Virgo, and Mercury enters the sign of Virgo today. It's a ruling sign, so that makes things a lot even more earthy, joining Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Athena in Capricorn, and Uranus in Taurus. So definitely things are quite a bit more earthy, and of course the sun will also enter Virgo in the next couple of days, actually on the 22nd. So look at this beautiful lady. She's just sort of everywhere she walks. There's beauty. It reminds me of that Navajo prayer, but may you walk in beauty, may you surround yourself in beauty, may you give away your beauty. So it's kind of like being in the Garden of Eden very much to me. It's very feminine. You can almost like smell the roses. It has that element of that to me as well. So it feels like gratitude. It feels like she's like an 8-armed goddess as well. She's like one of those Hindu goddesses that can do 8 things at once, symbolized by the asteroid Juno, one of my favorite asteroids as well. So, okay, let's throw in the astrology of today then. The moon is still in Leo, conjunct Mercury, just as the sun was on Monday. And so that's a good way to communicate from the heart. So that's at 1:38 a.m. The moon then is void, of course, from that time, entering Virgo at 4:20 a.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time. The moon in conjuncts Chiron and Aries at that point. And so that can be a disconnect between the mind. The moon in Virgo is the moods, the mind, and Chiron and Aries is the defensiveness. It's the armoring of the wounds in Aries, you know, the martial wounded warrior there. So moon in Virgo is like taking accounts and keeping things organized and being very disciplined and kind of worrying. Well, there's also defensiveness going on, maybe unconsciously. So as Mercury enters Virgo at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on August the 20th in GMT, our minds are very sharp and clear, and we can get down to the task at hand. It's a good time to kind of to do the harvest. That's what Virgo is all about. Get into the harvest. What have you been harvesting all this year? I'm beginning to feel 2021 just around the corner at this point, even though it has been a very long year and things are going to be more intense still, especially in the U.S. as they get ready to do their presidential election. But for the rest of us, the moon in Virgo is about accountability, responsibility, organizing, discipline, clearing things up, getting rid of things before. Archetypally, we're going into autumn. It sort of represents a new year. I think we're all unconsciously thinking about that we have to be students in September, whether kids are actually going back to school or not. So the moon trines Uranus in Taurus later in the evening, which is a good opportunity to make a clean sweep or to see things in a radically new way, to treat your body in a radically new way, to overhaul your mind. And then the moon will sextile Venus in Cancer in Pacific Daylight Time in the evening, which is quite good for your stomach. Virgos always have sensitive upper digestions, and Venus in Cancer rules the stomach. You want to be really nice to your tummy for any of you who've had digestive issues. And speaking of which, I find that when planets are in Virgo, they tend to accentuate the vulnerability of the stomach and the upper digestive system, which maybe a lot of you are feeling while Venus is in Cancer. Okay, so please subscribe to me here on YouTube and follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. If you want a reading, I'm at tarot.com. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram too. Many blessings.